Yeah. I just had to get a little try. Thanks, folks, for um, listening and watching Folks Unfettered show. Just gonna have a little fun there. Um, Caught me grooving a little bit. Didn't really want to stop, but just want to say that if you're not listening to the Folks Unfettered show, then you're missing out on a chance to speak freely. I want to come to you real briefly and say thank you to our listeners from around the world for supporting the channel by liking and subscribing to our podcast, which is streaming everywhere, and also to our YouTube channel. And we're fairly new to YouTube, and I've taken a more measured approach, slower approach there. But we've got some really interesting, we got some really neat people on the program, and we have a lineup of guests that are going to be coming on to share their stories. Folks Unfettered was always designed for friends of mine who are not celebrities to have a platform to share some of the things that they're interested in and some of the things that they're doing. I believe that they're amazing people. A lot of times, there's a difference between people that are looking to positively impact the world around them that get international media attention and those that do not. And so Folks Unfettered is designed to really bring awareness and highlight or spotlight those individuals that are really respectable pillars of their community. And so that's one of the hallmarks of the program, is to have those discussions and to be open so that people can share their views, express their opinions in a safe space. Now, I've been listening to some podcasters make some complaints, and some of them I don't agree wholeheartedly with their viewpoints, but I would tell you that there is an agenda to control the voices of people that we don't agree with. And I want to be clear here when I say this, because I think I'm in a safe space to say this right now before our program gets any larger. I will listen to people from both sides of the spectrum, meaning on the left and on the right. And I think that wisdom demands that we listen to those individuals who we don't necessarily agree with. And I have been watching their videos, and there are a few people that have been threatened with either cancellation or restricted from certain streaming platforms because of their views. Those views happen to be conservative. One that surprised me the most, and I thought she handled I thought she handled this really gracefully, tactfully, without losing her perspective, is Candace Owens. And I have not been a fan of Candace Owens, not completely. And that's okay. We should be able to disagree on certain things. But I'm also listening to what she's saying, trying to learn from her perspective. And I think where I would be in her camp is, you don't restrict her voice. because she's saying something you don't like. That's unacceptable and also un-American. We people that are liberals, and I'm not saying I'm a liberal, complain about diverse voices and wanting to be heard, and we want people to be woke. Um, and I'm a woke person. I would tell you that. I would much prefer to be um, woke than sleeping with discernment and balance. Let me say that. And I'm watching people in the media be authoritative and trying to control the voices that are allowed to speak. Now, I was going to come on the program and I was going to do just a brief little commercial and I was going to get off of it. And then, hey guys, how you doing? Like and subscribe to Folks Unfettered. I'm here. I show my little groovy self, and that's what it's all about. And that's all cool. But when I start talking, sometimes things come to me. And instead of trying to restrict or constrain those things, I just talk about it. And this will be an episode where we're discussing, where we hope to discuss, what this means using these platforms and the agreements that we sign to get on these platforms, what we say and what we can't say. What are we constituting as hate speech just because someone doesn't agree with a certain lifestyle or a certain perspective, or they dare to verbalize an unpopular opinion. That's a very dangerous thought when you think about it. Do you want to be muzzled? Do you want what you say to be edited out, or someone say that if you don't, stop doing or saying this, that we will cancel you? This is where we're going, to where unless you find the right platform with the large amount of listeners without threatening anyone, then you're going to find yourself not on a platform. Sorry about that. There was something I needed to take care of there. And so, what does that mean to people like me who, and I think there are more of me, who I don't want to hear one voice. I don't want to hear people that sound like me or talk like me or agree with me. How do I learn anything? I want to go into those healthy debates and have those conversations. I was just listening to another gentleman on the Pat Bet David podcast, and I just started listening to him, and listen to some of the stuff he says, and I saw his episode with Roland Martin, who happens to have known my mother for some time at the CBC, and there I took some issues there. I may have posted a comment on his site, but I don't want him censored either, any more than I want people that I don't agree with on the progressive side or liberals to be censored either. It becomes difficult to embrace these extreme philosophies that are attacking. Look, some of this stuff starts out good, right? Where we needed more diversity. We still need to deal with America, our country's original sin, specifically when it comes to black people. And I don't care where you come from. I don't care if you're Jewish. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're Armenian. I don't care what you were. The African experience in America is a very different experience, and we have to start using the right language to address that, right? Kind of digress there for a second. And I want you to understand that I wasn't born in this country as a foreigner. but I understand the experience of that side of my heritage because my mother was born here. And so I don't want anyone to not be able to debate what I just said with me because I don't agree with them. I want to be able to have those healthy conversations and debates so that we can flush some of this stuff out. I don't think that restricting any voice has proven to be beneficial to society overall. I think the way that we've gotten changed, the way that we continue to evolve, is by challenging those thoughts and policies put in place. However, I will say this because when I said that, I thought about the left and some of the things we're pushing right now, that they're pushing right now. There's certain natural laws that shouldn't be changed, right? At least I think so. But when we start legislating what you can say, what you can't say, what I need to be called, what you need to call me, and trying to tell me which pronouns I need to use, and then try to equate those things. And I know what I'm going to sound like here. You know what? I don't really care. This is how I feel. To equate your struggle with 400 and 500 years of systemic and institutional Holocaust is really disrespectful. And I'm not talking about one particular group. I want you to hear what I'm saying here. I'm saying that there are a lot of, people, Me Too's. And I did mean that pun intentionally. And somehow, people that look like me are lost in the shuffle. Somehow, the discriminatory, systemic, and institutional systems that were put in place intentionally against people, my people, in this country, are being minimized because we are diversifying. You hear what I'm saying, right? Kind of agreeing with Chappelle on that one. So my point is, I just don't think it's okay to restrict people that want to share their perspective on any particular topic any more than I believe in restricting anyone who disagrees with me on any particular topic. And so on the Folks Unfettered show, we are going to continue to allow our people to speak freely. Why is that always locking up on me? I don't understand. Okay, had a glitch there for a second. We're going to continue to encourage you to speak freely. We're going to continue to be as much as we are allowed. Someone said to me years ago that in America we are free as long as we are allowed to be. And that has proven to be truer and truer every day, that our rights are eroding at a rate that we should all be concerned. Excuse me, I'm dealing with allergies. So support your independent podcasters. Hop online and listen to people that are different than you. See what you can learn from there. Share that information. Support. You don't necessarily have to support the person who disagrees with you, right? I can take a Tucker Carlson on the right with a Don Lemon on the left, and then think for myself to figure out where they are, where there's the middle. I'm not a Tucker Carlson fan. Once you hear what I'm saying, and I'm not a Don Lemon fan. I just mention them because they're two extremes, and I'm sure there's more information on why those gentlemen got fired. But I think that um, we're just running down a very slippery slope on you know what people can say and what they cannot say, and if you don't say it in a certain way, or if you offend a higher percentage of people, um, you threaten to get canceled, and and that's not okay. It should definitely not be okay in a country that prides itself on its independence and freedom of speech and adherence to the Constitution of the United States. Um, I don't know, man. This is a pretty challenging time for our nation. I think they just censured Representative Schiff. He just got Congressman Schiff just got censored for some things that he said about Donald Trump. Um, hmm. Even on the Republican side, um, we are trying to restrict what people can say there. It's I want you to really think about that for a second. For me, it always brings back that Orwellian book, um, 1984. It's just feeling very 1984 to me, and I don't think there's enough of us talking about it on these platforms. And I support free speech for everyone, whether I agree with you or not. And Folks Unfettered will be a place where you can speak freely about those um, topics that matter to you. We will never support hate. We will never have a blow a dog whistle so that you can hurt other individuals. We believe in healthy, intellectual, sometimes heated conversations about those things that are affecting the world around us. So make sure to like and subscribe to Folks Unfettered. We are on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon. You guys know how it goes, right? And we also have our YouTube channel, which is Folks Unfettered. You can catch us on Instagram. You can catch us on Twitter. You can catch us on TikTok. I think we're on TikTok. You can catch us on all those things. So I wanted to thank you guys for letting me have a few minutes of your time on this Thursday afternoon just to rant a little bit and to give you my thoughts on how important it is that we are all able to speak freely. Thank you for listening to the program. Thanks for your time and attention. And as always, I am that brother light, dropping wisdom in your left ear and knowledge in your right. Amazing what happens when you talk right into the microphone. Have a good day, folks.